Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where and when you are listening to this. This is Coffee with Kevin, and this is my coffee this morning. Mm, mm, mm. I just made it. I'm using a little bit of hazelnut cream, so I've got that nutty taste in my coffee this morning, and it is good. Yes. It's wonderful to see you all. Actually, not seeing anybody here, my and I don't get to connect with anybody while I'm live except for a little chat on Facebook. But hey, that's okay. How is everybody this morning? I am, by the way, I'm the Kevin part of Coffee with Kevin. In case you haven't been here before, in case you haven't heard it before, I am the Kevin part of Coffee with Kevin. And I am Kevin Martin. I am a hypnotist and a hypnotherapist and a mindset coach. And I love just giving these wonderful tips with Coffee with Kevin every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. If you can join us live, that's fine. I got someone in chat already. I bet you it's my lovely wife, Brenda, and it is. Good morning. Good morning, Brenda. So, yes, to March 25th, we're already on the back end of the third month of 2025. I can't believe how fast this is going. March 25th today. It's National Lobster Newburg Day. Can you believe it? Lobster Newburg. Coming from New England, lots of lobster dishes and stuff like that. So I love this. But I was always curious where the Newburg name came from, what it meant. I thought it might have meant something. Believe it or not, this dish was somewhere in the 1800s to mid to later 1800s. And it was originally seen as the creation of Charles Delmonico of Delmonico Restaurant in New York. Yes, and later it was learned that a fisherman, named Wenberg, brought the. He was a fruit fisherman, I guess. He was a fruit trader. He was a seaman. Okay, and he brought that to Delmonico. They had originally named it Lobster a la Wenberg, and then they had some suits and some fights and everything else, and they let go of it for a little while, and they brought it back as an anagram, Newburg. So Newburg is an anagram for Wenberg, was the name of the fisherman that introduced this. And by the way, the secret sauce is not even a sauce in lobster Newburg. Guess what it is? It's cayenne pepper. Yeah, cayenne pepper. I love it. So March 25th. What day is it? I've got something here. It's yeah. There's a little bit in history here, but not as much as I thought there would have been. 1965, Martin Luther King leads 25,000 people to the Capitol in Montgomery, Alabama. We've all heard of that march. It was wonderful. Um, oh, there's a few things. There's some great birthdays today. I'm going to go look them up right now. Yes, Anita Bryant. Anita Bryant, if you hadn't heard, born in 1940. And she was for the longest time, almost a poster child for oranges, Florida oranges. Since I'm here in Florida, she was an actress as well. Aretha Franklin, the godmother of soul, born in 1942. And then another somewhat known celebrity entertainer was Elton John, born in 1947, the youngest of the three. There were a lot of other birthdays, but none notable like those three. It's incredible. So, yeah, happy birthday. I think Elton John's probably the only one still alive. Unless Aretha Franklin maybe as well. So let's get into what today is about. If you saw it, if you saw the posting for this, It talks about the power of self-sabotage. Now, I was thinking about this morning. Matter of fact, I wasn't thinking about this specific thing. I was thinking about doing a series of these Coffee with Kevins and doing them specifically on manifestation or the law of attraction. And then what came to me is one of the big things that, one of the secrets that I know how to get rid of it. Or how's this? One of the secrets I know about why it doesn't work for a lot of people is self sabotage. This thing that happens upstairs in the mind. Not that we say, oh yeah, things are going well, and you know what? It'll be a good time to self sabotage. We don't think that consciously. No, we think it unconsciously. Something's going on in the inner part of our mind with that inner child or inner children, because there's a lot of them sometimes. There's a lot of them sometimes, yes. So that's what goes on. Self sabotage is a big thing we see in some kids with, PTSD. And oh, thank you. Aretha Franklin has passed. She passed in 2016. Um, so you see that with kids when things are going really good. When things are going really good, and all of a sudden they self sabotage to really create chaos and make things not go well. And you wonder why. This doesn't happen with all kids. This happens with kids who have some, mental health issues. And you wonder why. And it's a self sabotage usually because they don't feel deserving. It's not because, hey, everybody else is having a good time. I am going to just go interrupt that. It looks like that, but it's not. There's something from inside that person, that child. So, what do we have today for our quotes? Okay. I'm the greatest obstacle to my dreams. Craig Loonsborough. I am the greatest obstacle to my dreams. This is when you actually have that epiphany and say, hey, everything I've tried to do is failing, and it's me who's been doing it. It's me who's been sabotaging it. And yes, we can become the greatest obstacle to our dreams. We get in the way of us succeeding an awful lot for a lot of different reasons. I'm going to talk about the two most popular reasons. But let's first look at the next quote. And this is a quote from Unknown, but I love it because I can picture a 1950s actress saying this, darling, darling, the world's not really against you. The only thing that's against you is against you is yourself. The only thing that's against you is yourself. Sometimes we look outwardly for a lot of things that are causing us issues when we should be looking inwardly, when we should be saying, hey, what's going on inside? Next one. Sometimes we self sabotage just when things seem to be going smoothly. Matter of fact, often it's when we self sabotage, when things seem to be going smoothly. Perhaps this is a way to express our fear about whether it is okay for us to be or to have a better life. You know, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it is because sometimes it's us inside saying, hey, this, what does this better life mean? This is uncomfortable. This is not what I'm used to. So sometimes we self sabotage whatever it is that we're doing. Our biggest enemy is our own self doubt. That's right. Our biggest enemy is our own self doubt. We really can achieve extraordinary things in our lives, but we sabotage our greatness because of our fear. You know, We have a fear that we can't do something, and that fear leads to, am I gonna, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna feel bad at myself? Are other people gonna be disappointed at me? Or other people, am I gonna embarrass myself? Whatever it is, there's all sorts of different fears. And sometimes those fears, or that huge fear, can keep us from greatness, from extraordinary things. And I love the beginning of this. I love the beginning of this. We can achieve, well, not the very beginning, but the second sentence, we really can achieve extraordinary things in our lives. And yes, that's true. We really can if we put our mind to it and if we get rid of that self doubt. And the last one today. The last one today is, we may destroy success from touching modesty, from sense that we surely cannot really deserve the bounty that we are receiving. We may destroy the success from a touching modesty, from the sense that we surely cannot really deserve the bounty we have received. Do you feel that way sometimes? You feel, life has been too good. Who am I to really have this? Sometimes inside, we say that if things go too smoothly, too good, and all of a sudden we need to self-sabotage it just so we can feel better. Oh yeah, this is the way it really should be for me. This is the way I really deserve. Oh, I've missed a couple of chats here. A couple more chats. Who else is in here? Manya, good morning. How you doing? And welcome, and thank you for joining this morning. Anyone else out there want to put a comment in there? Anyone actually ever feel this way? Either you have a fear of things going too well, or you don't feel you deserve things going too well when they do. Sometimes it's from those who have lived a tough life, and that's what they're used to. They're not used to things going well, going easy. So when things start to go well, when things start to go easy, it's a way to actually face it, is to self-sabotage it. And self-sabotage sounds so conscious, sounds so purposeful. It's not. What I'm talking about is a self-sabotage that helps us from within, that we don't consciously really want to happen. Consciously, we enjoy what's going on in our lives. But something inside, something up here says, hey, wait a second. Hey, wait a second. You're good, but maybe you're not that good. Let's bring it down a level. And that's how I teach about self-esteem, by the way. Self-esteem, especially when it's low, it can be at this level instead of this level. But then we'll have peaks. We'll have peaks that go up here. And when something goes up here, something inside of you says, hey, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I don't deserve to be and stay that good. Let's bring it down. And on the other side, by the way, when you have those lows, when you have something that's really low, something inside of you says, hey, I'm not that good, but I'm not that bad. And let's bring it up. So it's the opposite of self-sabotage. Something goes out and says, hey, brings you back up. Now, when your self-esteem is at a high, you don't have things that go really high. You just have a few things because it's already high. Sometimes things can go really low, and if your self-esteem is really high, it comes back up really quickly. But we don't control everything, do we? All sorts of external things can impact us and what we're doing and how things are going in our lives. People with low self-esteem, they let that impact that, and it rolls and it rolls, and it actually brings their self-esteem lower and lower. But it's not their fault. They don't realize that. They just realize that, hey, they deserve this that's happening. This has always happened. I deserve it, and the self-esteem goes lower and lower. So yeah, there's a self-esteem aspect to self-sabotage. There's always a self-esteem aspect to the things that happen that aren't great in our lives, that aren't external. But I'm going to to go back to this one, because the second sentence in this one says it all, and that's how I'm going to leave this today. Yes, our biggest enemy might be our own self, right? But we really can achieve extraordinary things in our lives. We really can. All of us were born with that ability. We were born with that intent, actually. For the most part, we're born perfect beings. Maybe not, maybe not all. Maybe not physical sometimes. But for the most part, as a soul, we're born perfect beings. And that's still in us. It hasn't gone away through all those times in our lives. So you find it and let it out. How do you find it, Kevin? You may ask. You can do the soul searching through meditation. That's very common. Meditation brings us mindfulness. So meditation is just an act of getting so comfortable and so self-aware, aware of what's going on in your mind, aware of what's going on in your environment. And you spend some time like that every morning for a few weeks, and you will start to find those things you need to find. You go into meditation after a little while with that intent. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Write it down before you go into meditation. Even more powerful. All right. All right. This has been cool. This has been great. I love the subject. I hope you loved it too. This has been Coffee with Kevin. Again, this coffee is with me, and I still have more than a half a cup. I am looking forward to this long after this. I want you to have an incredible week. You can have incredible lives. I want you to have an incredible week where you can maybe find out how to move to do those incredible things and to start to form that incredible life if you don't already have it. I want you to have that, but I want you to also know that it's in your power, because you have the choices to have a great day or a lousy day. Yes, things can happen. People can say things. People can do things. But you have the choice of how you react. You have the choice of how you feel. Make it an incredible day. Until next week, I will see you then. Take care. Bye.